Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, how are you? I hope you'd be fine. This is Cambridge Lower Secondary Book 8, and we are starting exercise 1.2 today. We are already done with exercise 1.1, in which we talked about the prime factors, and now we are gonna start with multiplying and dividing integers. So let's start with question number 1, which says, here's the start of a sequence of multiplications, okay? So what are they doing? They have given us a set of numbers. They are multiplying every number with a common factor, that is minus 3. And every time they are writing out the answers. So they started from minus 3. Minus 3 times 4 equals minus 12. Minus 3 times minus 3 is minus 9. Minus 3 times minus positive 2 is 6. So before moving any forward, let me tell you people one thing over here. When you multiply two positive numbers, the answer is always positive, that we have learned so far in the earlier classes. But when we multiply a negative number with a positive number, always remember the answer would be negative, be it the first one is positive or the second one is positive. If one of them is positive and the other one is negative, then always remember in both the cases the answer would be negative. But there's one more situation when both of the numbers are negative. Always remember when we multiply two negative numbers, the answer would always be positive. Therefore, always note down that the square of a negative number is also positive. Okay, the square of a positive number is positive, but the square of a negative number is also always positive, because when we multiply two numbers together in a square, what do? We multiply a number by itself. So we basically multiply two numbers together. So if we multiply a negative number with a negative number, the answer would always be positive. Therefore, the square of a negative number would always be positive. Now we have to copy the sequence and write the 6 more terms in the same way. So what are we gonna do? We will multiply minus 3 with 4, minus 3 with 3, minus 3 with 2, and then minus 3 with 1, then minus 3 with 0, and then minus 3 with minus 1. So what is happening? We are reducing the numbers by 1 every time. 4 minus 1, 3, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 minus 1, 1, 1 minus 1, 0, 0 minus 1, minus 1. So here I'm going to get the negative answer, because minus 3 is negative and 1 is positive. But when we multiply any number by 0, we always get 0. And when we multiply minus 3 with minus 1, the answer would be positive. Okay. So what is the pattern in the sequence? Now let us write down the answers over here, so you will understand that what a pattern are we having. Minus 12, minus 9, minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3. And if I goes on without even solving, I can tell you that the next number would be 6, then 9, then 12, and so on. So what is the sequence? The pattern over here is add 3. What are we doing? We added 3 into 12, we got minus 9. When we added 3 into plus 9, we got minus 6. When we added 3 into minus 6, we got minus 3. When we added 3 into 3, we got 0, and so on. That's it. You see? So the pattern over here is plus 3. Now the next question is, here is the start of another sequence of multiplication. Now we are doing it with minus 5 into 4. So it would be 20, minus 20, then minus 5 into 3 is minus 15, then minus 5 into 2 is minus 10. So the sequence over here, it's minus 20, minus 15, minus 10. So the next number would be minus 5. Very good. Then comes 0, then positive 5. So what are we doing? We are adding 5 into it. Without even solving, we got the answer. It's the same as the previous one. Okay. So we have to copy the sequence and write 6 more terms out there. So let us write it down over here. Minus 5, 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So these are the 6 terms we have got. Next, they are saying in the sequence in A and C, you have some products of two negative numbers. What can you say about the product of two negative numbers? The product of two negative numbers is always, you will write down this sentence, the product of two negative numbers is always positive. Okay. Now you have to make up a sequence of your own. So take any number, like take minus 4, multiply it with 4, then minus 4, multiply by 3, reducing the numbers every time. So you will have a sequence over here. It would be minus 16, minus 12, minus 8, minus 4, 0, and then the positive numbers starts. Okay? Let's move to question number 2. Okay, now question number 2 and 3 are peanuts. We just have to multiply the numbers. 5 multiplied by minus 2 would be minus 10. Okay? A positive and a negative number would always give a negative answer. Okay. And then minus 5 into 2 is equals to minus 10 again. Minus 5 into minus 2 would be positive 10. And minus 2 into minus 5 would be positive 10. So in the first two situations, we are getting minus 10. In the next two situations, we are getting positive 10. Then similarly, minus 6 into minus 4. Both are negative, so the answer would be positive 24. 7 sevens are 49. 10 six are 60. 8 elevens are 88. In all these four cases, we are getting positive answers because both of the multiplier and multiplicand are negative. Okay. And whenever we will multiply two negative numbers, the answer would always be positive. Always remember that. Okay, then we have a diagram over here and we have to copy and complete this multiplication table. Some of the numbers are written on the blue line and some are written in the column. What are we going to do? First, we are going to take 4 and minus 5. We'll multiply them and the answer would be minus 20, which comes over here, right? And then we are going to take 4 with 3 and the answer would be 12. Then 4 multiplied by minus 8. 4 8s are 32. It would be minus 32. Okay. Then we will multiply minus 3 with minus 5. So minus minus positive and the answer would be positive 15. Okay. Minus 3 multiply by 3. Minus plus minus 3 3s are 9. Then minus minus plus 3 8s are 24. Okay. Then we have minus 6 into minus 5. Both are negative. So the answer would be positive. Minus 6 into 3. The answer would be negative. And then minus minus positive. The answer would be 48. Right? This is how we are going to solve these numbers. If we will have both of the numbers positive, the answer would be positive. If we multiply two negative numbers, the answer would be positive. If we multiply one of the positive number with another negative or a negative number with another positive, in both the cases, we will have a negative product, negative answer. Here comes the next question. Now we are provided with three numbers. Two of them are in brackets and the third one is outside. So first we are going to solve the bracket and then we will move to the next term. So if it's 3 plus 5 multiply by minus 4. We cannot multiply 4 with 5 until and unless we have solved the brackets because BODMAS rule says B for brackets. Before even solving for division, multiplication, addition and subtraction outside the bracket, first of all, we have to solve the brackets. Whatever terms are inside the bracket, first we are gonna solve them. So 3 plus 5 is equals to 8. Now after solving it, we can open the brackets. It becomes 8 multiplied by minus 4, which is minus 32. Then we have minus 3 plus minus 5. Okay, when we have two signs together, so we are going to multiply them. It becomes minus 3 plus minus 5. And then we have minus 3 minus 5 is equal. So there is no multiplication sign inside the bracket now. Okay, so we will add or subtract them. Minus 3 minus 5 becomes minus 8. Minus minus plus. So it becomes 8. And we put the sign of the greater number. So it would be minus 8. Now we will multiply it with 6. So the final answer would be minus 8 minus 6 equals to positive 48. Make sure that if both of the numbers are negative, the answer would be positive. Next, we have minus 4 multiplied by 5 minus 8. So first we will solve it for the bracket. 5 minus 8 is equals to minus 3. Now we will multiply it with minus 4. So the answer would be positive 12. Similarly, if we have minus 6 multiplied by minus 2 minus minus 7. So it's minus 6 multiplied by minus 2 plus 7. Minus plus minus. So we will subtract 2 with 7. We will get 5. The answer would be positive because 7 is greater and it's positive. Then minus 6 multiplied by 5. 6 5s are 30. So the final answer would be minus 30. Okay. Now the next question. we have to round these numbers to the nearest whole number. That is, we have to remove the decimal points. So we will look for the first decimal place. If it lies between 0 and 4, then the whole number would remain as it is. If it lies between 5 and 9, then we have to change the whole number by 1. We have to add 1 into the whole number. So if we have like 3.9 multiplied by minus 6.8. So the decimal place, the first decimal place is 9. So we have to add 1 into 3. It will become 4. Multiply by minus. Again, 8 is greater than 4. So we are going to add 1 into 6. It would become minus 7. Now we will multiply 4 with minus 7. So the answer would be minus 28. Similarly, if we have minus 11.2, now you can see the first decimal place is 2. So we are not going to add anything into 11. It would remain same. But for 2.95, since it's 0.9, so we will add 1 into 2. It becomes 3. Okay. And the answer would be minus 33. Next, we have minus 6.1 to the whole square. So what are we going to do? We will simply turn minus 6.1 into the whole number. Since 0.1 is less than 0.5, so it becomes minus 6. And I told you in the start of the class that the square of a negative number is always positive. So it would be positive 36. Similarly, minus 4.88. We are not going to look for the second decimal place. We will look for the first decimal place only. So it would be minus 5 to the whole square. And since it's minus 5, so the square of minus 5 would be minus 5 multiplied by minus 5, which is positive 25. Okay, now let's move to question number 7. Question number 7 says, put these multiplications into groups based on the answers. So it's 3 multiplied by minus 4 is equals to minus 12. Minus 6 multiplied by minus 2 is equals to positive 12. So 12 multiplied by 1 is now positive 12. Some of them are getting positive and some of them are negative. Minus 4 multiplied by minus 3 is equals to positive 12. 2 multiplied by minus 6 is minus 12. And minus 12 multiplied by minus 1 is again positive 12. So in 4 of the situations, we are getting positive 12. And in only the first one and the fifth one, we are getting the negative answers. So we will keep one of them in the positive group and the other one in the negative group. Okay. Okay. Then they're saying find one more product to put in each group. For the negative one, we can say that let's take, there is 3 into minus 4 for the negative one. So we can write it as minus 3 multiplied by 4 will also give us the negative answer. Similarly, we have 2 multiplied by minus 6 as minus 12. So we can say that minus 2 multiplied by 6 would be negative 12. Okay, we are changing the signs from 4. 4 was negative in the first one. So minus 3. 3 become negative in the second one. And for the positive one, we can say that if minus 6 into minus 2 is positive 12, then 6 into 2 would be positive 12 as well. Okay. And then if 12 into 1 is negative 12, positive 12, so minus 12 into minus 1 would be positive 12. You see? And then minus 3 into minus 4 is 12. So 4 into 3 would be 12. And that's all. Okay. This was already done over here. So we can take one more over here. Like if minus 4 into minus 3 is 12, so 4 into 3 would be 12. Because when we multiply positive numbers, we will get positive product. If we multiply negative numbers, we will get positive product. Now, the next question is very interesting. We are provided with a pyramid. We have to go from the bottom to the top. And what are we going to do? We are having multiplication pyramids. It means that we have to multiply the two numbers together to get the product in the box just above it. So if they're saying each number is the product of the two numbers below it, for example, 2 multiplied by minus 4 over here, you will find that 2 multiplied by minus 4 is equals to minus 8. So we are going to write down the answer of the two numbers adjacent to it just above it. So 2 multiplied by minus 4 is minus 8. Next, we are going to take minus 4 multiplied by minus 3 would be positive 12. Okay, so we will write positive 12 over here. Next, we have minus 8 multiplied by 12. So we know that 8 12s are 96. So minus 8 multiplied by 12 would be minus 96. That's all. Similarly, let's take 3 and 5. When we multiply 3 with 5, we will get 15 minus plus minus. The answer would be minus 15. And when we'll multiply 5 with minus 1, it would be minus 5. And now when we will multiply minus 15 with 5, the answer would be positive 75. Okay, next we have minus 4 into minus 5, which would be 4 5s are 20, positive 20. Minus 5 into minus 2, it's positive 10. Then 20 into 10 is equals to 200. So the final answer would be positive. Okay. Okay. Question number 9 says, draw a multiplication pyramid like those in question number 8 with the integers minus 2, 3, and minus 5. So now we have to draw a pyramid of our own. We will simply write down 3 numbers in the bottom as minus 2, 3, and minus 5. When we will multiply these two numbers, minus 2 and 3, we will get minus 6. When we will multiply 3 with minus 5, it would be minus 15. Then we will multiply 6 with 15 and we are gonna get 90. And it would be positive because both 6 and 15 are negative. Okay. Now they're saying if you change the order of the bottom numbers, the number at the top of the pyramid is the same. Is Zara correct? Let's see if we change the orders from, let's change the order like this. 3, minus 2, and minus 5. Let's try with one more. Let's take minus 5 in the middle and 3 and minus 2 over here. And let's check if we get the same answer. I don't think so. Let's check. So 3 2s are 6, it would be minus 6, and 2 5s are 10, it would be positive 10. So minus 6 multiplied by 10 is equals to minus 60. No, we are not getting the same answer. You see, 3 5s are 15, it would be minus 15, and minus 5 into 2 is equals to positive 10. When we multiply 15 with 10, it would be minus 150. So you see, in all the cases, we are not getting the same answer. Instead, we are getting the different answer. So Zara is absolutely incorrect. Okay. Next, we have question number 10, which says, find the missing numbers in these multiplications. So students, if one of the multiplier or multiplicand is missing and the product is given, then you have to use the inverse operation, that is division. Because we know that minus 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6. Okay, let's take positive numbers so it won't become difficult for you. So if 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, then if we are not having 3 but 6, so how can we find 3? We can simply divide 2 to get 3. So here comes 3. And if I write it like this, then also the same thing would happen. We will divide it with 3. So the answer would be 2. Here comes 2. You see? So if the multiplier or the multiplicand is missing, we are going to do the inverse operation. How? Let me show you. If it's minus 3 multiplied by blank is equals to minus 12. Since both are negative, it means the multiplicand would be positive number. Okay. So 3 times what is 12? It's 4. Here comes 4. Similarly, minus 5 times what is 45? Now we have a positive answer, although here we had minus 5. So we will put minus over here because two negatives will give us a positive answer. So 5 times 9 equals 45. Then how many times 6 is 24? It's 4 times 6 is 24. 24 divided by 6 is 4. But since the product is positive and one of the numbers are negative, so this must be negative as well. Then what times minus 10 is equals to 80? It would be minus 8. Minus 8 into minus 10 is equals to 80, right? So if the product is positive, it means if one of the number would be negative, then both would be negative in case the product is positive. And if the product is negative and one of the numbers is negative, then it means the answer, the missing number would be positive. Okay, this is what you have to learn. Next question is question number 11, which says a multiplication can be written as a division as well. Just we learned over here that if 5 multiplied by 8 is equals to 40, so 40 divided by 8 is equals to 5, or 40 divided by 5 is equals to 8. Yes, we know that. Here is a multiplication, minus 4 into 6 is equals to minus 24. Write it as a division in two different ways. So it would be minus 24 divided by 6 is equals to minus 4. Yes, we know that. And minus 24 divided by minus 4 is equals to positive 6. That's what we were doing so far. If we divide minus 4 with 24, we will get positive 6. If we divide 6 with minus 24, we will get minus 4. Now we have to write a multiplication of two positive integers and a positive integer and a negative integer. So let's take 5 multiplied by minus 2 is equals to minus 10. Then we have to write it in as a division in the two different ways. So it would be minus 10 divided by 5 is equals to minus 2. Okay. And minus 10 divided by minus 2 is equals to 5. Okay, fine. Now they're saying here's a multiplication, minus 7 into minus 2 is equals to 14. Earlier, they were telling us the multiplication of a positive and a negative number. Now in part C, they are telling us the multiplication of both of the negative numbers. So the answers are positive. So how can we write it in the division? It would be the same. That is, if I will divide 14 with minus 7, I will get minus 2. If I will divide minus 2 from 14, I will get minus 7. So that's all. Okay. Then we have to write down a multiplication of our own, and then we have to write it in the division of. So that's simple. If we write it as, let's say, minus 6 multiplied by minus 4 is equals to 24. So 24 divided by minus 6 is equals to minus 4. So we can say that the same rule applies in multiplication and division when it comes to the positive and the negative signs. Okay. If one of them is positive, the answer would be positive. Sorry, if one of them is negative, the answer would be negative. If both of them are negative, then the answer would be positive. Okay. Then they're saying, can you make a conjecture about the answers when you divide an integer by a negative integer? So yes, when we divide an integer by a negative integer, the answer would be negative. And if we divide a negative integer with a negative integer, the answer would be positive. So we have completed till question number 11. Inshallah, we are going to do next few questions in the next video. Until then, take care. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.